You're listening to the Daily Sales Tips Podcast. I'm your host, Scott Ingram, and I've got my voice back. I still don't feel a whole lot better, but at least I sound better. Today's tip comes from Brian Williams. Brian works as a fractional chief revenue officer. He's a speaker, an author, and the CEO of Perspectivity, a sales growth agency. Here he is with today's tip.
What do we do when we lose? We've all been taught, all been raised, especially in this country, about winning, success, to be a success. There's so many books, articles, movies, videos about winning. But here's the question. What do we do when it all goes wrong? I was stopped by a police officer recently. I had my son with me, and we weren't doing anything wrong. And what he was accusing us of was incorrect. So I very politely, respectfully, and intelligently communicated that back to him, and very briefly, I will add. And he began to continue to assert that, no, you are in the wrong place at the wrong time. And so I pointed to the sign and continued my dissertation on my position. And it was at that time that he had his weapon. He didn't reach it, he didn't touch it, but he got out of his vehicle and he began to approach. Now, once I saw that, it's time to lose, right? You have to know when to win and you have to know when to lose. Wisdom could be your best friend. So at that moment, I said, you know what, officer, you're right. Even though he wasn't, you're right. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to pick these things up and we're going to leave, right? Which is exactly what we did. I teach my sons. I have 3, they all play basketball. You have to learn how to take an L. You have to learn how to lose. Losing is part of game. It's part of this game. It's also a part of life, and it's also a part of sales. Some of us are losing sales deals because we're positioning and posturing and getting defensive and protective. And what is going on? Listen, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose. It's about, is this a good fit? Do they have a problem that our product or service can solve? Do I even want to work with this person, right? Yes or no? My grandfather taught me one thing. All money ain't good money. Right? So you don't have to win every deal, but more importantly, it's critical to understand, what do we do when we lose? What do we do when it all goes wrong? And to have a plan to prepare, because no one hits every free throw. No one marries everyone that they date. No one wins every sales deal, right? So everyone's talking about winning. I want you to consider losing. I know it's not a popular topic, and I know the comments may be a little awkward as people respond to this, but it's real. So embrace it. Deal with it.
How do you think about losing? I'm really interested in your perspective on this one. So join the conversation at dailysales.tips/67. If you're one of the first 3 people to comment, Brian will send you a copy of his book, The Ultimate Sales Messaging System. You can also check out his online course, Sales Messaging University, and if you connect with Brian on LinkedIn and send him a message, you might be able to get a free 60-minute in-depth sales assessment of your organization. Just know that he only does 2 of these per month. Again, you can find all of that at dailysales.tips/67. Then come back tomorrow for tip number 2 in the Reason series from Dale Dupree, the Copier Warrior.